What's going on, guys? My name is Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated, the show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you love watches like I do, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, then click on the bell and you'll be all set. Today, we're going to be unboxing my Rolex Datejust reference number 16234. Here we go. All right, here we have the box for my Rolex Datejust reference number 16234. And what I love about this box is it still has the original MSRP right on the side of the box, just like it did in 1999. Let's crack this box open and have a look at my flawed Rolex cloth. Now, this is a cloth given with all Rolexes back in the day, and this cloth is in pretty good shape, although you can see the Cellini is definitely kind of off. And if I do this, there you go, you can see it perfectly that the silk screening has actually come a little loose. So not sure if that came almost all the way loose and someone just tried to put it back, but either way, it's certainly not a big deal, and it's definitely nice to have this cloth with the watch. I'm gonna take this inner box out and put it aside just for a second. These are just two links that I took off of the bracelet, as it did come with every link, and I liked it 2 links shorter to size it correctly for me. And check this out, here is one of those calendars that used to come with the watches, and this one is in incredible condition. It's a 1999 2000 calendar on the back, no folds, no tears, no mark, just outstanding. Very fortunate that that came with my watch. Next, we have this chronometer certification in 12 different languages. I did touch on this in another video. There it is in Russian. Looks like Chinese possibly there. Cool. Nice to have. Nice to have. Next is the Rolex factory service booklet. This also came with all the watches back then. Definitely love its skinny size, as I mentioned in my last unboxing video, but this is so cool. And they talk about how they service the watch, etc. Very cool. How to take care of it, yada yada. Then we have the Datejust instructions. And what I love about this is, let me see if I can find this. There's the hang tag. Where's it at? There it is. The bracelets. I love that you can see that they didn't have the two-tone through the clasp back in the late 90s. I just think it's cool to have a book that shows that. Definitely this book goes with my watch. It is not the wrong era book that you could just throw in if you were selling one. And here is the Rolex Oyster Guide. It tells you about the bracelet, shows a couple of famous people who wore the watch, has some history in there. This is a very nice thing to have with the Datejust. And last but certainly not least is the paperwork for the watch. And here is the paperwork. What I love about this paperwork is 2 things. First of all, this watch was purchased in St. Thomas, so that makes me feel like somebody was on vacation and sprung a little bit and bought a Rolex, which is cool. The second thing that's really interesting about this is it has these punched holes. And I believe the ADs used to punch these holes. And by 1999, most ADs weren't still punching holes. I believe they were using like a typewriter, so they were just printed on there. This one still has the punched holes, so apparently this AD in St. Thomas was still using the hole punch. But you know, you only get one of these with your watch, and if you lose this or if it gets burned, you don't get it back. So it's absolutely wonderful to have this with my Datejust. Now, let's get to the inner box. Open this up. And here is my Datejust with the hang tag and everything. Just going to take this out. And there is the Datejust. Man, look at the way that bezel shines. Absolutely amazing. The stretch on this is great. And I'm going to get into more details with this. Eventually, I will do a full showcase on this. But I just wanted to do a complete unboxing and show you guys all the cool stuff I got with this Rolex Datejust reference number 16234. And there you have it, folks. That is the unboxing of my Rolex Datejust reference number 16234. I got an incredible bargain on this watch, and look at all the stuff that it came with in that box. And how interesting were those punched holes papers on a 1998 watch bought in St. Thomas. Pretty cool. And that wraps up another episode of It's Complicated. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, like this video, share it with all your friends, and I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.